Hello, it's Brandon with 247health.com. Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna make some pumpkin puree pancakes today. I had another recipe recently, sweet potato pancakes. We're gonna swap out the sweet potato. It's basically the same recipe, but we're gonna use pumpkin. It's pumpkin season, it's October, it's Halloween's coming up. Why not? These are high protein, gluten-free. They can be vegan or vegetarian depending on what kind of milk you use and if you want to use eggs or not. Please like and subscribe below if you want to get notified of any new videos coming up, and then don't forget, down in the notes you can download my free ebook 30 Days to Better Health. Let's get cooking. All right, first things first, what do we need for this recipe? Well, I like to use a blender to blend up the eggs, the banana, and then I like to put the oats in there. This is 1 cup of oats. You can see I already put some cinnamon in there. You can put as much cinnamon as you'd like. I'd say at least a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe half, maybe a teaspoon. It's up to you. You're gonna need 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I like to throw in a little bit of baking powder. That's going to help the pancakes fluff up and rise a little bit. I'm going to use 3 eggs today. You can use 2 eggs, 1 egg, 4 eggs. It's completely up to you. It does also help with the texture of the pancake. I'm just going to use 1 nice, soft, ripe banana. And then you can use any other flour you want. About 3/4 of a cup. I mixed today a little bit of this here, and this is a mixture of potato, sorghum, tapioca, white rice, and then I actually added in, I like coconut flour. It's one of my favorites because of the flavor, and then I mixed in a little bit of almond and garbanzo bean flour. You can use any combination, any mixture you want. I am using regular milk today. I ran out of nut milk. That's what I would normally use. And then, of course, some pumpkin puree. You're probably going to use about maybe half or 3/4 of this can. And a little bit of salt for some flavor, and that's pretty much it. All right, first thing I'm going to do is get this banana in there. This will help with the blending, get the blending started. Put my eggs in there, a little bit of extra protein with the eggs. You can take out the yolks if you'd like, or you can mix them with the yolks. I'm gonna add them with the yolks today, get that little bit of extra fat. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'll add the powders in here. A little bit of baking powder, vanilla. I like vanilla flavor. Same thing, about a teaspoon or so here. Depends, you can use any amount you like. Cinnamon I've already added to my mixture here of my oats. And I'll probably add a little bit of milk to this too, just to get a little bit more liquid in there. And then I'm gonna slowly add, I can add a little bit of this now on top. And then I'm going to kind of pulse it a little bit. I got my Vitamix on low, because this is a powerful blender. If you have a Vitamix, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a Vitamix, I highly recommend that you do get one. I do have a link below as well to a Vitamix blender on Amazon. They are expensive, $300 up to $500 or so. But they're going to last you forever. I've had this Vitamix since about 1999. This same Vitamix right here. It's a commercial one. Took it out of a smoothie shop that I ran back then. It was my going away gift. And I've had it ever since, and it still runs like the day we opened it and took it out of the box. They're incredible. Highly recommend you add a Vitamix to your kitchen supplies and utensils. So you add that in and you just give it a quick little pulse. And then we'll add a little bit more of the oats, the rest of the oats, which is about a cup. it. Little. That's it, just to get them blended up a little bit. And now I'm not gonna blend the other whatever flours you're using, because it can, if you're not careful, it can get a little too fluffy. So I like to transfer this to a bowl and then just mix up the rest from there. And all right, I forgot to add the pumpkin, so now I'm gonna add some pumpkin. I'm just gonna scoop it in. I'd say, yeah, about half of this can or so. I have a bad habit of not making the recipe the same every single time. So that's why I forgot to add the pumpkin. Do I add the pumpkin here, now, and blend it, or do I put it in the bowl and then mix it up? It really doesn't matter, but I'm gonna put it in the bowl here. I'm probably gonna add a little bit of more milk here, make sure we get the right consistency. Just give it a nice little pulse again. That's it, done. You know what else I forgot too? And I just realized that we have this. I've got pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna add a little bit of that just to the rest of this flour here. I think it's gonna make for a delicious pancake. You know, probably a half a teaspoon of this. Depends. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, these are gonna be really good pancakes. I already can tell. Okay, so you got your blend, that's done. Now we get our bowl. Where's my bowl? Here's my bowl. Empty this out into the bowl. It's pretty thick, so we're gonna definitely make sure we're gonna get more milk into this, because you don't want your pancake mix too thick. Just gotta get them just right. All right, now let's get our whisk. And our milk's ready. We're gonna add a little bit of our flour. Actually, might as well just add it all. Start mixing that up. Tell you what, let me get a shot, better shot. All right, there. Put it in the bowl, and then we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna give it a mix, right? And then smooth it out. Make sure there's no lumps in there, you know. So you can see now we've got a little nice glob of pancake mix in here. It's pretty thick. So now we're just going to add our milk until we get it to a nice and thin pancake-like texture. Then we're done. We're going to cook them up. You can add protein powder in here if you'd like. It's up to you if you want to make a little bit higher protein content. I am, for sure, because I've been working out, hitting the gym, lifting weights, so I need to make sure I keep my protein content intake up a little bit. I'm just going to add probably just one, maybe 1.5 scoops of your favorite protein. You can use whatever you want. And then let's finish it off with our milk. Usually it's going to take at least another half a cup to a cup or so to get it to the right consistency. Probably, yeah, lots more. That was just about a half cup, and that isn't even close. And I'm just going to keep adding. Sure do wish I had my almond milk today. You can see that's a pretty big bowl. It's going to make a lot of pancakes, which is great, because you can make these, you can freeze them if you want to, but I usually don't. I usually eat them in 3s, and this will probably make at least probably close to 15 pancakes, and you'll have them. You'll have them all during the week for the next 3-4 days. So let me give you a shot of what we're looking like here. Get my spoon. We're getting there. That's probably pretty good. All right. Pretty darn close. So I'm going to give that a try. Put them in the pan. See how they taste. You know, we're getting there. Here's one tip. Instead of using regular butter, you can use organic ghee, which is clarified butter. You know, this is grass-fed. If you're going to use butter, I highly recommend go organic and then use ghee. It's just, you know, it's clarified butter, so it's a little bit cleaner. And then a little tip when you're making pancakes is how much butter do you really need to put in the pan, right? You don't need to put a big tablespoon of butter in a pan. You just need enough, right? There's nothing on here. You just need enough to get that pan coated so it doesn't stick. Look how little. Excuse my disgusting, ugly pan. It's time for a new one. That's it. That's all it takes. So if you want to cut down your butter fat intake, that's what you do. Or if you don't want to cook in a pan at all, you can cook these in a baking dish if you'd like. Put some wax paper down. Or muffins, you can make these into muffins as well. All right, let's get these pancakes in here and see if we got the right texture and consistency. They're a little thick. Not bad though. A little shake, flatten them out. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. All right. You can see they're kind of fluffing up a little bit because of the baking powder. You know, the edges are starting to get done, a little bit brown on the edges. So these are ready to flip, I think. Oh yeah. Perfect. Looking good. One thing I did notice is they are a little bit, what's the word? I would say moist. You know, maybe, I don't know, gooey would be the right word. I'm not sure. All right, I think these guys are done. So now that we've got our beautiful, healthy pancakes, let's not screw them up by putting syrup on them and some, you know, not so good stuff. Fresh fruit is the only way to go, in my opinion. If you need to put a little something on them, if you'd like, you know, good old-fashioned maple syrup or honey. I'm just gonna, and then the same thing here, you know, the big mistake people make is, you know, putting too much syrup or whatever it is. That's too much, see, too much. I can probably spread that on all three of these pancakes. That's all you need. It's just a tiny little bit to sweeten it up. You know, maybe another drop, but just be, you know, pay attention to the oils, the butters, the sweeteners that you use, and you'd be surprised on how many extra calories get added on your salad dressings to your foods by adding just way too much. You don't need that much, you know? All right, the moment of truth. See, they are a little bit moist inside, a little bit gooey. Like, I think that's the banana though. Banana and the pumpkin. But other than that, they're pretty good. You know, sometimes, you know, you screw up. Sometimes, you know, when you're experimenting, you gotta make adjustments. So I did add a little bit more flour now to this mix. I added 1 extra egg, and I also added a little bit more baking soda to help them fluff up and rise up a little bit. Maybe that'll help. So let's try it this time. All right, let's see if these ones are a little bit better since I added a little bit more, you know, dry mix. They look, oh yeah, you can even see it. Much better. So I think a little bit less on the pumpkin and maybe a little bit less of, you know, instead of using a whole banana, use just a little bit of banana if you want, or even better yet, probably eliminate the banana altogether in this recipe. And you'll have a better texture on the pancake. Okay, all right, sorry for the mistakes, but hey, that's what happens in the kitchen. You know, you try a new recipe and it doesn't work out, you got to make some adjustments to make it work for you. This is not a perfect recipe for everybody. There's something in here that you probably don't want or don't like, so feel free to always adjust recipes, tweak them, make them your own. Again, have a great day. Thanks for watching. 247health.com. If you need any help, download my 30-day ebook down below in the notes, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.